one sign that gave you an idea that, okay, this is not baby blues and it's definitely more than that?
Yeah,
What would
so
that be?
after almost a month and it was still lingering, I still had these thoughts of like, I'm not a good mom. I'm a terrible mom.
Oh my God.
And I would cry.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not gonna help. And again, I wish I did that differently.
It
Once
fades away.
those big milestones start happening, it's like, wow. Like,
Take notes,
if you
mommies, please.
Yes, take notes. You will feel down right now, but I promise you, it
Yeah.
does get better and a lot more fun
Yeah.
and a lot more chaotic, but in a good way.
In a good way.
In a very good way.
Hey Kayla, welcome to Momsibilities.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I really appreciate you for being open about sharing your journey with us.
Yeah.
I am very positive that our conversation is going to benefit a lot of our mom listeners out there. So, in today's episode, we would be talking about baby blues and PPD,
Yes.
your personal experience with PPD. And before we get into that, just for the benefit of our audience, why don't you give us a bit of a background about yourself? We would like to hear from you who Kayla Perner is.
Okay.
And then we'll jump into our conversation.
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Kayla. I am 28 years old. I have a 21-month-old. Her name is Elizabeth. She is my whole world, but also my little sassy teenager at the age of 21 months old.
Right.
I work in customer service. So I am a working mom. I did take a year off for maternity leave, and then
Right.
I went straight to work. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. I don't know.
How did you feel about the transition from the mat leave to going back to work, leaving your little girl?
It was hard. I will admit it was hard. Thankfully, the daycare that she's at right now, she actually started. So she was born in July. So I was going back to work in July
Right.
of 2024. And so luckily I was able to put her in her daycare a month earlier.
Good.
So I had that month of me still being on mat leave, but her going to daycare. So that really helped with the transition for me and also
for
for
her.
her. And at least if anything were to happen for those first couple of weeks, I was home. So I would be
Yeah.
able to like drop everything and go.
Right.
Whereas I would be able to do that at work, but it'd be a little trickier because then I'd
Yeah.
have to finish up a couple of things and then go.
Yeah.
Thankfully, nothing happened in that month. However, my anxiety was, oh my gosh, what's going on? I was constantly
Yeah.
messaging the daycare, like, is she okay? Did she sleep? Did she eat? Did she go to the washroom?
Yeah.
So,
I
but
think more than the baby, it's more of the
It's
anxiety
more the
for the
mom.
parent.
Yes.
Especially for the mom,
Yes.
because you're constantly thinking, right? Oh, what is she
Yes.
doing? Is she missing me? Is she crying?
Yes,
Did
yes.
she eat?
Especially because we spend like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with them.
Yeah.
So going from spending every waking and sleeping moment to
Right. Not
oh,
seeing her
they're
at
not here
all.
for 8 hours. What do I
Yeah.
do with myself? So that was very different and very interesting to navigate because
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And then going back to work because I had that month to like get used to. I mean, you still don't get used to it, but I was able to, transition myself, and it did make it a little easier to go back to work,
Right.
knowing that she was in good hands.
right.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of the ladies there. I love them
Right.
all so much. They've really become family, and
Yeah.
Elizabeth loves it there, and she's been there for a few months now, and yeah, almost a year. So
Wonderful. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you want, right?
Yes.
As long as the baby is well adjusted.
yes, as
That's
long as she's
it.
having fun and she's taken
Yeah.
care of, that's all I ask.
Right.
Yeah.
So, this episode is totally going to be about PPD, right?
Yes.
But before we jump into how you went through it and how
Mm-hmm.
you dealt with it, I wanted to ask you, were you aware of what baby blues are or what PPD looks like before you went through it yourself?
Yes. So before I even gave birth, I did do some classes, some prenatal classes online through the hospital that I gave birth at.
Yeah.
They had little classes that you could take, and they gave you some information on some things to expect after pregnancy. And they did touch on the baby blues and how those are very different to postpartum depression or PPD. So I had a little bit of an understanding of like, okay, this is gonna come. I don't know which form I'm gonna get. Am I just gonna get the 2 weeks baby blues, or am I gonna get,
Yeah.
the harder one?
Right.
And my luck, I got the harder one. So
Right.
it was definitely interesting. And I mean, it was hard at the time, but now when I look back on it, I feel like it made me stronger as a mom in a way. It was basically like testing my limits and like
Yeah.
seeing, like, I feel like it was my own mind being like, you got this. Like, I'm throwing everything at you,
Wow.
and if you can tackle this, you can conquer the world. Like,
Yeah.
that's basically how it felt. Like, now
Yeah.
when I look back on it, I'm like, wow, okay.
When you look back at it, if we have to talk about how the initial few weeks looked like for you, I mean, if you have to talk about that one sign that gave you an idea that okay, this is not baby blues and it's definitely more than that,
Yeah,
what would that
so
be?
so for the first few weeks, obviously, I was assuming it was baby blues because you would just cry randomly, and it was like,
Yeah.
why am I crying? And obviously, everything felt really hard, and which was normal for baby blues, 100%. But
Yeah.
then it became much more than that, and after almost a month, and it was still lingering, I still had these thoughts of like, I'm not a good mom. I'm a terrible mom.
Oh my
And
God.
I would cry. And I
Yeah.
would be trying to rock her. And then she would be crying because she didn't want to go to sleep. And then I would be freaking out. And then it would just be like, just constant, like, just denial of like, you're doing a terrible job.
Like blaming yourself,
Blaming
right?
myself, like, you're doing a terrible job, like you're not doing anything to help her. And it got really hard. Thankfully, my husband's amazing, and he was there to support me and tell me, no, you're doing an amazing job. You're just down on yourself. Don't be down on yourself. You've got this. You're strong. You know what you're doing. You're a natural.
Yeah.
And there were some days where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I am strong. I
Right.
am doing the thing.
I
I
can
am
definitely
doing this.
relate with you, yeah.
Yeah, but then obviously, like, there were some days where it was like, I don't want to hear that. I'm like, no, you're lying to me. You're lying to me. This is not real. Like, I'm doing a terrible job. And I feel like it was hard for the first week, especially because I hadn't produced any milk yet. So that
Made it
kind of made it a
harder.
little worse, because then I was like, I'm failing her. This was the one thing I was so excited to do. I've always wanted to do,
Yeah.
because I know how hard it was for my sister not being able to. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to go through that. Like that, because I know how hard it was for her. And I was like,
Right.
I don't want. So I feel like it was just a mixture of things. But yeah, there were definitely days where I was just very down on myself. Very, like, just to be candid, like, I wanted to jump off the balcony.
Oh my
Like, it was just not great.
I feel
Like, it
terrible when you
was,
say that, and
yeah.
I'm sure like there might be a lot of moms hearing our conversation right now, maybe in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm taking from this right now is that it matters a lot, like what kind of people are around you,
Yes.
whether you're surrounded by people who love you, who care for
Yes.
you. I'm not sure how many people you had around you in terms of family, friends, but just let's say take your partner, right?
Yeah.
Your partner is around you 24/7. And if they are able to give you that kind of support, it's kind of uh, pulling you out of that negative spiral.
Yes.
So, what I'm basically taking away from here is that yes, you will feel all sort of negative emotions. Number one, you have to tell yourself that this is temporary.
Yes.
Like in your situation, right? You tried to pull yourself out.
Yeah, like
You
I
could
would.
just keep going on
Yes.
and on in the negative spiral, but you said,
Yes.
no, I'm not gonna feel like this all the time.
Yeah. It's a
Plus,
lot
your
of
partner.
it was a lot of willpower. Like, no, I don't want to feel like this.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I'm failing her, because I'm not failing her. She's eating,
Exactly.
she's sleeping,
Yeah.
her bowel movements are normal. Like everything was good and everything was great, but there was just those times where my brain would just be like, no, you're not doing it right.
And I hear you,
But then I
right?
would have
It's,
like my husband and like
yeah.
my closest friends messaging me randomly being like, I just want to let you know you're doing an amazing job.
Wow.
Like, you're an amazing mom. Like, just out of the blue. And like
Yeah.
there were some dark days where those text messages out of nowhere meant the absolute world. And I would be sitting there with Elizabeth on my chest sleeping, and I'd be reading these text messages and I would just start sobbing. And I would text them and be like, you have no idea how much that meant to me right now. Like, I
Yeah.
really needed to hear that right now.
And so that means you did have people to talk
Yes.
about how you were feeling.
Yes, I
And
did.
that's
Yeah,
very
no, I do.
important too.
I honestly, I will say I have an amazing circle of friends. There's not many of them. It's a very small circle.
Right.
However, they mean the absolute world to me. If it wasn't for them, honestly, I don't know how I would have gotten through those first couple of months. Like, they really, really helped me a
Yeah.
lot. Like, I just, like, even just taking me out. Like, they knew I was having a bad day just based off of my text messages. They could
Yeah.
feel like, okay, she
We
needs
need
to
to
get
get
out
her
of the
out.
house.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, okay, let's go to the mall. Or, oh, let's go for a walk. Or, oh, let's just hang out. Oh, I'll come over. We'll just hang out, watch a movie. And
Do
it
you
was
think
just,
the change of scene, like going
yes.
out, all those things affected how you felt? You started
Yes,
feeling better?
absolutely. Yes. There were days where they were very like starting off a little rocky, and then I would go out and it made like so much of a difference.
Yeah.
Like, just being out, even if it wasn't with friends, like even if I just went for a walk, I would feel like, okay, I'm feeling a little better, get that fresh air in me, get, whatever, and just listen to my music and just walk with Elizabeth in her little stroller. And it was just like, okay, like we're okay. We're doing okay. Like,
Right.
everything is fine. We're good. Like, just
Right,
those are just
right.
really bad thoughts,
Wow.
but we're getting through it.
I'm just wondering how a small step can make you feel so much better. And for our listeners, our mommies here, please understand that isolation is not the key here.
No,
Yes, you're
definitely
gonna
not.
feel like you don't want to talk to anyone. Yes, you're gonna feel like you want to be in the room by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to get out of the house, but please do it.
Yes, absolutely,
Right.
100% get out of the house. Even just for like half an hour, just to get a change of scenery,
Yeah.
just to get fresh air, go get a coffee, like just any little thing.
Right.
And like, even if you are feeling like, for me, I think about it, and I definitely should have talked to my doctor about it. However, because it was so new to me, and I was like, not, I don't want to say embarrassed, but like there's a stigma around
There's
it,
a
right? Like,
stigma
you want
around
to,
it.
like, I just felt like I had to be strong.
Yes.
Because everyone's like, you're doing amazing.
You don't want
You're an
to
amazing
show that
mom.
you're
doing so
fragile.
good. You're doing
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like, I didn't feel like I was.
Right.
So it was almost like I was putting up this front. Like, I wanted people to see me as like this very strong, like, she's got it in the bag. She knows what she's doing. So for like any advice to the mommies out there that are watching, 100% talk to your doctor, talk to your friends, talk to anybody about it.
Yeah.
Be vocal about it. Don't keep it in. Don't put a front that like you got this covered, because it's not gonna help.
Don't
Like,
care about the judgments, basically,
no,
right?
basically just do it. Just take that step, because if you don't,
Yeah.
it's not gonna make it any better.
And also, if they take care of themselves first, they're going to be able to take care of the baby,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yes.
Like, as we are talking about your healing process, you going out, catching up with friends over coffee,
Yes.
and just taking out a stroll with Elizabeth. Did you also seek a little bit of external help in terms of, well, let's say counseling or maybe therapy?
No.
You were
And I
able
should
to.
have.
You should have.
I probably should have.
What
I feel
makes you
like
say that?
I feel like I probably could have gotten, I don't want to say better, but I feel like it would have helped a little bit more. Like I didn't, for the first, I want to say 4 months, I didn't, I feel like I should have talked to somebody
You think
about
that
it.
could have made the process easier for
I think
you?
so. Yeah. I definitely think so. I feel like if I talked to somebody, like even if it was just my doctor, just to be like,
Yeah,
hey, you know what? I'm not feeling that great.
right.
And like even when I was going to check for the checkups, for the monthly checkups, weekly check, whatever it was, and my doctor would be like, "Oh, how are you feeling?" And I'd be like, "I'm great.
I'm great.
I'm doing
Yeah,
great."
right.
But like inside, I was like, "No, I'm not.
No.
No, I'm not."
Yeah.
But again, that takes me back to I'm putting up this front.
Yeah.
I'm putting up this persona that I'm like I'm doing amazing. And I think subconsciously I was like, if I tell people I'm doing good and I'm feeling good and everything's good, then everything's good,
Yeah.
right? But it would have helped a lot more if I talked to somebody like
I
medically,
think
like an actual specialist or
I
something.
want to give my take here. So what I really feel about this, like we said that there's a stigma around, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm not feeling bad at all. Everything is good. I think there's a bit of a stigma around taking therapy, especially
Yes.
post birth.
Yes.
It's very common that the postpartum and pregnancy journey and everything has been so romanticized on every
Yes.
social media platform.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
as much as I agree, like completely agree that it's all blossoms and everything, but maybe not right after the birth, right?
Yeah.
It's different for everybody,
Yes,
every mom,
absolutely.
every pregnancy, I would say. One mom could have two different pregnancies, both with different
Yeah.
journeys.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I just want to, this is especially for my mom listeners here, please don't think that it's not okay to feel like this. If you're feeling anything, it's completely fine. Just
Yeah.
embrace it.
Yes.
Embrace the chaos. I think the more we realize that yes, we are into this, the more we come into terms with what we are feeling, it
Yes.
becomes easy for us to detach from that
Yes.
feeling. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? when
Absolutely.
when we are just running away from it, like, no, everything is fine, I'm feeling great,
It's
and
not
you're
gonna
not
get
feeling great.
better. Yeah.
Talk to people. Maybe you don't want to open up to your immediate family, maybe they don't want to open up to their friends. So this is an open invitation to all my mom friends here. I can be that mom friend for you if you want to talk, if you just want to go keep talking about how you're feeling. I mean, I'm no expert here, I cannot give
Yeah.
any advices, but sometimes you just want listeners, right?
Yeah. You just want someone
So
to just listen to you.
ease
You just want to
you
vent. You just want to
went,
let it
right?
out. You don't want to bottle it up because it's not gonna help.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not gonna help. And again, I wish I did that differently. But I know if I do have another baby, I know what not to do.
So taking
And make
help
it
is
like,
totally
yes,
fine.
absolutely
And in some
100% it is
cases,
fine.
it's very important too, because
Yes.
sometimes it's more of just talking to someone and
Yeah.
you feel better,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So, but sometimes you really need help in terms of
Yeah.
taking medicine just to
Yes.
feel better.
Yeah, if it gets to that point,
So
yeah. Like, but again, do it.
you
If you
cannot
need to
just
do it,
guess.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But I would
I
also
agree.
say that choose who you talk to. So from my own experience, it was just baby blues for me. It wasn't so intense. I hope like it's not very intense for people, but if it is, it's fine. I was told to join support groups and focus groups. I am somebody who thinks like, oh no, I don't need help. I can do it all by myself. I think it's better if I don't take help, even in terms of, just helping me with chores and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I can do it all
It's like,
by
no, I got it.
myself.
I got
I
everything. I'm
got it.
Superwoman.
And then, so my midwife said that, you know what, it's good to join support groups, talk to people, talk to moms around you. And if not taking help from them, maybe you can help them. So I went on this support group, and it was the first meeting. I was just hearing people talking like, what are their stories, right? So these people, all the mommies there, they were talking a lot and all of it was like a rant session, and they were venting all sort of negative stuff like, oh, I'm not able to go out, I'm not able to go shop, it's been 7 months, I'm 7 months in postpartum, I'm stuck at home. And I said, boom, I'm not gonna hear this at
It's
all.
like, I don't want to be part of this.
I don't want to be a part of this because honestly, I'm enjoying this postpartum
Yeah.
journey, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Maybe not right away, after some time, but I don't want to listen to people saying that, oh, my baby's just making me be stuck in the house. I'm not able to
Yeah.
live my life.
Yeah.
Oh, my life is over now. It's not like that.
No.
And you don't want to listen to all sort of negative stuff,
No,
right?
absolutely
so
not.
choose who you want to talk to. You definitely don't want to go to someone who's going to be like, oh, trust me, this is how it's going to be.
Like,
That's
oh,
the life
say
after
goodbye to
baby.
sleep.
So, you know,
say
when-
goodbye to sleep. That was my favorite. Say goodbye to sleep.
Yeah, that's a
What do
very
you mean?
common thing, right?
Like, did you not know
And we
that you
sign
had
up
to
for
change your
that.
sleep? That's what I mean. It's like,
So,
didn't you know
yeah.
that this was gonna happen?
So
Yeah,
choose wisely, I
definitely.
would say, who you're talking to, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then the people who are listening to mommies, please don't give any unsolicited advices.
Oh,
Just hear them
yes.
out. Don't give your advices, because if you're no expert, you definitely should not give advices. Just
Yeah.
listen to the new mom,
Yeah.
expressing how she's
Exactly.
feeling.
It's so
If you
true.
can help, good enough. If not, just listen to her, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the day, sometimes we just need someone to listen.
Exactly.
That's all we need. We don't need your unsolicited advice. We
Right.
just want to vent. We just want to just express ourselves.
Yeah.
But I do agree that definitely pick who you're talking to, because you
Yeah.
can go into these groups, but then if people are talking negatively and you're already feeling down and you're trying to join these groups to be uplifted and take you out of that baby blues or the PPD, like, you don't want to go into a group where everybody's just talking negatively,
Exactly.
right? Like, oh, I don't sleep anymore. Oh, my child's a monster. They don't listen. They don't do that.
I
And it's
don't
like, they're
understand
7
how
months
can
old.
they
What do
talk
you
about
mean?
their babies like that.
I
mean,
know.
come on.
I know. It's like, then why did you what did you expect?
And Kayla,
I
you
don't
know,
understand.
when we had a conversation, this was my sole purpose, right? I mean, the purpose of starting this podcast at first was
Yes.
to uplift each other.
Yes.
To bring the best out of
Absolutely.
every mommy, and then just show them the mirror, like, see what you're doing. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
If you don't see that now, you will be able to see that later.
Yes.
And all these, the emotional roller coaster and everything is just a temporary phase.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
Yes, absolutely.
So when somebody's in that, it's like they just feel like they're drowning, right? But it's not like that. It takes some time, but they can definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, absolutely. It's hard. I will admit it is very hard those first few months, but you just power through it.
Yeah.
And honestly, the whole sleep thing, like you get used to it.
You get used to
You
it.
get used to it. It doesn't become easier.
Yeah.
It just becomes normal almost.
Yeah.
Like you get used to just not sleeping a full 8 hours. Oh, I got 4 hours of sleep tonight. Amazing.
You celebrate
I feel
that.
great. You celebrate.
Yeah.
You celebrate the little, like, oh my gosh, the baby slept for 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And
Amazing.
you celebrate these little milestones.
Yeah.
You don't get upset because they only slept 5 hours.
Yeah.
They didn't.
It's
sleep
just
7.
the approach. So
But on this app, it says it has to sleep for 7 hours.
yeah.
No, the baby's gonna sleep for how
Yeah.
long the baby wants to sleep.
Yes.
You just gotta get just into a routine or no routine. In my case, there was no routine. We just did whatever she did,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
And it worked for us, but that's what worked for us. Sometimes people want to do the whole sleep training thing. You want to do that,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
But it's just whatever works for you.
Exactly.
Whatever works for you.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, it's in your hands. Some people like to see a glass half empty.
Yes.
Some people like to see half full.
Exactly.
If you want to see the glass half full, come to Momsibilities.
Yeah.
We are here to talk to you. We are here to listen to you.
Yes.
And if I have to ask you this one question, that when was it that you finally felt like your pre-birth yourself? Like, when did you start feeling that?
Like feeling how I was before I
Before
gave
the
birth.
yeah. Or maybe before postpartum depression, I would say. Like,
Yeah, so once I got out of that whole postpartum depression and everything, I would say it was probably around Christmas time, so it was about 4 or 5 months in, and that's when I started feeling like, okay, we're good. We got like I'm not mad anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm not mad at myself. I'm not down on myself anymore. And it did help a lot. Like I started feeling a little more normal, I guess you would say.
Yeah, as the baby grows, right?
Yeah,
You
because
see.
as she's becoming more like more active and
Yeah.
more, you know what I was like, oh, like look at her. She's doing amazing. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing amazing. Like
Like you
I
start
did
celebrating the
this.
milestones,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And it
Once
fades
those
away.
big milestones start happening, it's like, wow. Like
Yeah.
it's so crazy. Like there were days where I would just sit there and just watch her, and she's
Yeah.
just doing tummy time, and she's like moving her head around, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, like that is my kid. Like
I
that's
know.
crazy.
And
Like I made her.
I made her,
I
right?
made her.
I just keep looking at my son and I tell my partner, like, we made him.
Yeah.
Look at this little
It's
munchkin,
so
we made
crazy.
him.
It's so
And
crazy.
when he's asleep, okay, people say sleep when the baby sleeps. It's not that easy. I
It's
just
not
want to
that
keep
easy.
looking at
I
him.
know.
Or I would like to have my hot
It's
meal
so
or something,
true.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
just look at
Yeah.
the glass half full,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
At the end of the day, yeah, that's basically all you got to do. Just look at the bright side. It's only
Yeah.
for a short period of time feeling the way you're feeling.
Yeah.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. You will get there. It'll be hard to. It'll feel like you're drowning, but you're not.
But you're not. Yeah.
You'll get through it. I know I can't speak for myself, but I know some people have it even worse than what I had.
Yeah.
100%. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it is a lot of fun. And I can tell you honestly, from the bottom of my heart, having a 21-month-old running around giving me sass is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I love it. It is so much fun. Those early days, yes, they feel like there's so much going on, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss
I'm
it.
listening to you right now.
You're gonna miss it because I'm
Trust me.
just looking at him. I'm like, oh
I
my
know.
goodness. I remember when Elizabeth was
Oh
that small and
gosh.
just cuddling me all the time, and
Yeah.
I loved it. I love it.
It's funny how my parents keep telling me, like when I video call them, I have to show them, oh, see what he's doing. He just
Yeah.
smiled this morning. And they're like, are you holding him all the time? And I said, no. But even if I am, I would love to do that.
Oh my gosh,
Because he's not going to be
yeah.
the same size, right? I just want to keep him, like, I want to
Yes.
snuggle him all day long.
Yes.
I don't feel tired.
No.
Like, I just want
No,
to.
because you get that oxytocin.
Once he
cuddle.
grows to Elizabeth's age, oh my God.
Yeah, because then they
He's
don't
not gonna-
they don't cuddle
yeah,
you
they're
anymore.
not gonna cuddle,
They don't.
right?
They only do when they want something. Like
Right.
for her, it's mommy cookie. And I'm like, oh, is that why you're cuddling me? Because you want a cookie? Okay,
What do you want?
fine.
Okay. What do you want now?
I'm like, fine, you're twisting my rubber arm. I'll get you a cookie.
Oh, that's cute.
But yeah, like, so honestly, with the whole postpartum depression, like, it was hard. I will say it was hard, but there's the light at the end of the tunnel. That's my favorite saying, is that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Everything works out in the end. Everything will be fine.
Yes.
And
Take notes,
if you
mommies,
feel-
please.
Yes, take notes. You will feel down right now, but I promise you, it
Yeah.
does get better and a lot more fun
Yeah.
and a lot more chaotic, but in a good way.
In a good way.
In a very good way. Yeah.
If we have to talk about any sort of advice, first of all, what kind of advice do you think you can give from your experience to a mommy, a new mom, who just gave birth and started feeling very off emotionally, like those initial days when you are trying to figure out, oh my God, why I'm feeling like this, and all sort of emotions. What is your advice to a new mom who just started feeling what you felt back then?
I would probably say it's extremely normal to feel the way you're feeling. 100% it's normal. But if you do feel like it's a little bit more than what it should be, definitely talk to your doctor, talk to your midwife, talk to anybody, just to see if that'll help.
Right.
Or if that they'll be able to suggest, like, for example, if you have your doctor, you go to your doctor and you tell him or her, like, listen, I know baby blues are one thing, but I'm not feeling like that. I
Yeah.
feel worse.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a lot worse.
Right.
Talk to them, tell them.
Just
do
when
it.
you're mentioning about this, I can recall the time when we came back from hospital. And I'm generally a very fun person. I'm very goofy person. I'm not that person who's gonna keep crying for something.
Yeah, same.
I am emotional. I would cry when I'm watching a movie, a
Oh, see,
cute,
no,
lovey-dovey scene,
I
but
was never like that until
right.
like I had Elizabeth, and now everyone's like, "What happened to you? Why are you a sap?"
Right.
I'm like, I don't
So
know.
when I was feeling these different kind of emotions, which I did not expect, I mean, I knew about baby blues and PPD, but I was not expecting. It's something that you only know how it is when you are in that situation, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I was pretty much having baby blues just like any other mom. And one thing that I did, I started going to internet. It's so easy to Google something
Yeah,
these
because
days, right?
it's right on
And
our
then
phones. Yeah.
there was a video. So I was with my partner, and I was watching this video. It was a doctor. Okay, and I feel so sad when I'm sharing this. It was a doctor, and the doctor started by saying that, if you're feeling like, if you're getting suicidal thoughts, if you're feeling like harming yourself or your baby, you should seek help and all those things. And I was like, okay, we are looking for information about baby blues. Why are
Yeah.
we
Why is it going
starting
straight
from a
to?
negative note, right? I mean, it would be so much better if we get content which is more of, positive, which will try
Yes.
to pull you out of it rather pushing you down the hole.
Yes.
And I would suggest that instead of going to the internet and searching for random stuff, just go talk to your doctor, right?
Yeah.
Just go talk
Talk
to
to an
midwife, your
actual.
OB,
Yes.
whoever.
Yeah. No,
Like, don't
definitely.
don't just go to internet, because there's
No,
tons
don't
of
go to the
negative
internet. No, no
information.
internet, no internet. No,
Yeah.
you'll get all the negative stuff on there, honestly. And I feel like that didn't help a lot. That did not help because yeah, I would go on the internet and be like, "Is this normal?" And they'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh yeah, it's normal to feel like you want to kill yourself. Yeah, that's totally
Oh
normal."
my
And it's like,
gosh.
is what?
That's
I
not
feel like
how I'm
that's not
feeling.
normal. Like I
Yeah.
feel like, and it's not
It's
normal.
not normal.
So that's why I definitely search, get that help, get somebody to talk to tell them like, listen, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I don't think this is normal. Which again I should have done, but I didn't because I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. But I know now for next time.
Yeah.
However, who knows if it's going to happen next time? I might just have nothing. I might not even have the
Yeah.
baby blues. I might not have anything,
Exactly.
right? You never know because every pregnancy is different.
Yeah.
Every postpartum journey is completely different than the
Different.
next, right? So, yeah,
Well,
it's interesting.
you spoke a lot about how your husband was so supportive and he
Yes.
kept on pushing you on the positive side. If we think about a partner's role in postpartum, what can we? So this is definitely for moms, right? But I want, if there is any husband, any partner, any boyfriend, anybody listening for their partner who's going to be delivering soon, how can we advise them to, you know, be around a person who's going through these emotions? What can they do differently to make their partner feel better?
I would say definitely be patient. Be patient, be understanding. Know that this is not how they normally
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of hormone changes, chemical
yeah.
balancing in the brain. Like there's a lot.
There's a lot.
So just be there to just support.
Yeah,
Don't tell them like I don't know, just don't bring any negative into it. Just be understanding that there's a lot going on between feeding the baby, whether it's breastfeeding or
oh
formula
yeah,
feeding. That's a lot.
that's a lot.
Because there's a lot of mom math going on in your brain. Like, oh, okay, so they ate at this time and then this. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
So just be supportive. Be patient. I think patient is like the main thing. Be
And
very
don't
patient
make it
with
about
them.
yourself. There might be some
No,
situation that they're
yes.
angry or they're upset about something. Don't
Yeah.
bring that up, right?
No, no, that's not the time or the place right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, if anything, I would say patience is key. And thankfully, my husband is extremely patient with me. So God bless him.
Yeah.
Because I put him through so much during those first few months.
Oh
But
my God.
and there were
I
times where I
know.
could see like he was getting like
Yeah.
you know,
I know.
but he held back. He
Yeah.
was like, it's
Trust me, I've
okay.
been there. Oh
He's like,
my
it's
God.
okay. You got this.
You
All
know,
is good.
for me,
He'll take her. Like, take 5 minutes.
yes,
You know, like just take your
exactly.
5 minutes. Go to the room. Take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to calm down, or
Yeah.
like not calm down, but he never said calm down,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
don't say
yeah.
calm down. But he would
Like,
say,
take a
like, you know
moment
what?
for
Just go take a
yourself.
moment.
Yeah.
Just take a 5 minute break. I
Right.
got her. Don't worry. She's
Yeah.
good. We're all good.
Yeah.
Go take your 5 minutes. Go have a coffee. Go for a walk if you
Yeah.
have to. Like, he was very, very there. Like,
Yeah,
he was
it
always
is,
there, very
you know,
supportive.
I realize how important it is to get that pep talk from the loved ones around you,
Yes.
the
Yes.
people that you're spending most of your time with. And when you're mentioning all these things about your husband, I can totally relate, because I have been that person most of the times, even in pregnancy. Like, I will behave like terribly bad.
Yeah.
Not like being mean, but I would be just like, all those hormones. It's
Yeah,
during the
it's just a
pregnancy and
lot.
postpartum both.
And then you're uncomfortable, especially
And
pregnancy. Like, you're
yeah,
uncomfortable. It's like, I don't feel good in this, and I
yeah,
feel like you're in one position, then you're in another position.
yeah,
It's just, there's a lot going on. There's
yeah.
just so much going on.
So
But
partners, please take
yes,
notes. It's
yes,
very important. Do not make it about yourself. I
yes,
mean, I wanna give a loud round of applause for the partners, because it's not easy.
no,
We don't
it's
talk
not
about
easy.
how partners offer their support.
Yeah,
It's a lot for them too, but
yeah,
kudos to those who are doing a great job. And for
yes,
those who are not very familiar with these emotions, just please try to understand
yeah,
and help your partners. That's it.
yeah. Ask them. Ask
Yeah.
your partner. Like,
How do you feel?
how do you feel?
Yeah. Is
How are
there
you
anything that
feeling?
I can do for you?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I know my
What can I
husband
do?
kept on asking me, how can I make you feel better? What
Yes,
can I do to
yes.
make you feel better?
Which is exactly
You
what we
know?
want. That's
Exactly.
all we want. It's
That's all we want.
just help in any way you can, whether it's a nice foot massage, or
Yeah.
just playing with my hair, or
Yeah.
just anything to just help, and
Yeah.
just take your mind off of things. It's yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
You know,
It's a
as
lot for
we
us, but it's a lot for them too.
So I'm very glad this is like a very vulnerable part of anybody's pregnancy or postpartum journey, and you spoke a lot about your experiences.
Yes.
I'm very sure that a lot of new moms or soon to be moms, whoever is hearing us, would take a lot of positive parts from this.
Yes.
And it's just an ongoing process. You just go through it, you feel how you
Yeah.
feel, and then you come out of it, right?
Yeah.
But I think before I wrap it, I just want to say one thing. Like, I have been reading a lot of things. They say, like, it takes a whole village to raise a child.
Yes.
When they say that, I was thinking, okay, it takes a whole village to raise a child. Like, you get support from people around you to raise the child. But we don't realize it's not really about the child. It's about the mom. It takes a whole village to make that mom feel better. Like, it's a big thing. You just
Yeah.
gave birth, right?
Yeah, it's a huge
Hormonal
deal.
changes, like
Yeah.
physical changes,
Yeah.
it takes like 2 weeks for some people to walk, to get back on
Yeah,
their feet.
yeah, depending on, yeah.
I mean, I was told by my midwife it will take 1 year for you to feel your pre-pregnancy self.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be different for people.
Yeah, it could be.
I would
Everyone's
say
different.
that
Yeah.
it won't take 1 year for me, but in general they just say that, right?
Yeah,
So when
it's
they
like a
say
ballpark.
it take a whole village to raise a child, I want the moms to take a note here that please don't isolate yourself. You need that village, right?
You need that
and
village.
from my experience, I am that person who's like, I don't need people around me. I think the lesser people I have, the lesser things I have to deal with, it's better for me. And for me, my husband is my friend, my best friend, my partner, everything. So I'm like, okay, I have you.
Yeah.
I don't think I need anybody else. I do have friends. I had support from my friends, my family, my sibling. But then a village matters a lot for you.
Yeah.
When I say a village, do not push people back that, okay,
Yeah.
don't come to visit me. I don't want to meet. I don't feel like meeting.
Yeah.
Meet people, talk
Do
to
it.
them.
Yeah. Go
and
out.
it's going to make you feel better, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. It'll make you feel a lot better.
Do you
Just going
have
out.
any one final advice that, I mean, see, to our audience, we are no experts, but from our experience, from our journeys, we are talking here. And if there is one final advice that you would like to give before we wrap up, what would that be?
Final advice. Um, I don't know. I think it's just, I feel like I've repeated this so many times already, but there's light at the end of the tunnel.
And that's a big
There's
thing.
light at the end of the
I
tunnel.
think they have to
You'll
listen
get
to
there.
it multiple times.
Yes. I'll
As
say it a million times
much,
if I have to.
yes.
Yeah, no, that definitely, I think that's like the main thing. And I remember thinking that to myself, like, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay right now. Like, we're fine. Everyone's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone's good. Nobody's hurt. Even when I was walking around my condo at 2 in the morning because she wasn't going to sleep and I'm crying and there's a lot, and it's okay. Just breathe in, breathe out, and you'll get there.
Kudos to
get
you,
there.
mommy.
Thank you.
Kayla, thank you so much for being with
you.
us today.
Yes.
And it means so much. For me, it means a lot because the purpose of my podcast was to spread positivity. I think you
Yes.
did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I am very sure, I'm very hopeful that a lot of moms will get benefit from this.
Mm-hmm.
And, there could be so many who are in the same shoes as you right now. And
Yes.
they can definitely see what you overcame, how you feel now. So
Yes. Feel a
it
million
will
times better.
it's going to make a big difference for them. And I would like to repeat myself, if anybody wants to talk about anything, if anybody wants to just vent or just talk, I'm here to listen to you. Reach out to me. You can drop a comment below. I'm going to be responsive as early as I can. And again, Kayla, we have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
And I think we should plan another episode for that.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know that you have many, many insights to share with our
Yes,
listeners.
absolutely.
So we'll be back
Yes.
and we'll wrap it up here.
See us again.
Yes.